Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo. I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2021, the album, Dad, AF. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. When you're old like me, you point when you dance. Do you know what I'm talking about? If you're older like me, you know what I'm talking about, okay? When you go out to like a bar with your friends, okay, not a club, not like a nightclub where you have a section and all that, but when you go out to a bar, okay, like a tavern, you know, they got like a cover band or whatever, you like point to each other, okay, like, Sweet Caroline, bum, 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 good times never felt so good. So good, so good, so good. That's what you do. You point to each other, right? Like, I see you, we're dancing, we're having a good time, right? That's what you do. Anyway, how are you guys doing today? Happy Thursday. I have good news for you today. This video is sponsored by the fact that you made it halfway through the week. You should feel very proud of yourself. Let me tell you about my day, okay? Real quick. Let me tell you about my day. Last night, my neighbor and I and my husband tried to fix my headlight. So I have a headlight out, and AutoZone told me that they couldn't fix it for me. So I bought this very expensive headlight and brought it home. They said, all you have to do is watch some YouTube videos. Do you know about YouTube? I said, yes, I know about YouTube. They said, it'll be real easy. Just watch a YouTube video and it'll explain to you how to change this, okay? Lie straight from the pit of hell. Those YouTube videos are liars. They're liars. They get like millions of views on them too. Have you ever tried, listen, I have to tell you, okay, we have a bird's nest right over there, and the babies are now big enough to fly out, and they're like flying back and forth constantly while I'm making this video. So it's a worm day buffet, I guess. Anyway, have you ever tried to like fix something in your car watching one of these YouTube videos? Okay, it was me, my neighbor. I was out there, they pulled up, and my neighbor's wife was like, you don't look like a mechanic, or you look like a mechanic or something. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And so he came and helped me, and then my husband came to try to help us. We couldn't figure this thing out, so I had to take it to the dealership today. And they got it all changed for me, but I had to wait there 2 hours. So I was like, listen, okay? They were very, very nice. But I was like, I need to have a fun drama video today to just kind of like, you know, flip some fans and have some fun and all that kind of stuff. What do the kids say? Kiki, Kiki, let's have a Kiki, and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk about, today we're going to talk about, did I already say this? We're going to talk about Trisha Paytas putting out an ambiguous tweet. Nobody knows who Trisha's talking about in this tweet, but we're going to talk about it. I thought Trisha was talking about Gabby Hanna immediately when I read it. I was like, oh, so Trisha's coming for Gabby Hanna again. That's immediately what I thought. So we're going to talk about Trisha's tweet. And then we're going to talk about Rylan Adams and the SIP with his good JD Lizzie. People are sensing a lot of tension over there, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. And then we're also going to talk about Jeffree Star selling eyeshadow pans, just single ones, one single, they're like that, for $10. And a lot of people are loving it, and a lot of people are saying that it's total crap. So we're going to discuss that as well. Are you ready? Now, I have to tell you, on my last video, okay, I said on there that I wanted to know where you guys wanted me to put the birthday shout outs. I knew if I asked, I was going to get 5,000 different responses. So I got the people over here that were like, please don't ever do birthday shout outs again, okay? And then I got people that were like, please put them at the end so I don't have to worry about them at the beginning, so I don't have to like fast forward through the intro. And then I got people that were like, don't move the birthdays, I love them, you know? And then I got, because they were like worried they're not gonna get their birthday shout out. And then I got people that were like, I don't even care if it's my birthday or not. I just like listening to it for other people. And please leave them at the beginning. I got other people that said, do what you want to do. So I think what I'm going to do is when I only have one or two and they're short, I'm going to put them at the beginning. And when I have more, I'm going to put them at the end so that people don't have to watch through all of that. So anyway, just to be considerate of everybody, you know? All right, and speaking of birthday shout outs, I have 2 birthday shout outs I want to give really quickly before I get into this video. So the first one is for Carly. Carly tweeted me and she said, good morning, Peter. My 32nd birthday and 7-year anniversary with my Nathan is Saturday, May 8th, and we would love a shout out. I've been waiting forever to ask. Hope you have a wonderful day. So Carly, happy birthday and a happy 7-year anniversary to you and your Nathan. Okay, and then the other one is from Zara. Zara reached out to me and she said, hey Peter, I found you years ago through a Kat Von D video and watched all your channels, even the previously My So-Called Healthy Life, which is now my Peterisms channel. My husband Ash and I watch Peterisms together. He's 2 years sober and it's my birthday. Any chance I can get a shout out? Thanks for being awesome. So to you, Zara, happy birthday. And to your husband, Ash, congratulations on 2 years sober. That's amazing. All right, let's get into today's video. What should I talk about first? Well, let's talk about Trisha Paytas in this tweet. So Trisha tweeted this out yesterday on Twitter. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're not shadow banned, just irrelevant. I've been irrelevant at least 15 times in the past couple years, so I know. Don't be an a-hole, then it'll get better. And I think the reason why I thought it was about Gabby Hanna immediately was that Trisha has said this about Gabby in the past. And I think when Gabby was complaining about being shadow banned in the past, Trisha came out and made a similar comment. I believe so. And I almost feel like it was in a video that Trisha made at that point. So I could be wrong, but I know I'm not. I don't think I am. I don't think I am. I'm almost positive that Trisha came out at that time and said that they had been shadow banned as well. So it was interesting though, when I was reading the comments underneath this tweet, a lot of people were like, who are you talking about? Some people speculated that it was Gabby Hanna, but a lot of people were speculating that Trisha was talking about Scotty Sire. A lot of people were speculating that Trisha was talking about TikTokers and that TikTokers are getting banned left and right. A lot of other people were speculating that it was people from on OnlyFans that were getting shadow banned. So people were very confused. There was one comment underneath here that I really liked. Where is it at? Hold on. Someone said, like somebody said, don't be shy, say it's Scotty, LOL. Someone else said, where's the one? This was so funny that I said something about the burn. Someone said, LMAO, don't read me, ha ha ha. People are like, I think that you kind of do know. People are tagging people left and right in this. Someone said, go take a nap. It's okay to delete this tweet, but it's not even really that bad. Someone said this guy, and they tagged Scotty Sire in it, could use this. Someone said, you know exactly who needs to hear this. Someone said, just as long as you're aware that the world doesn't revolve around you. Someone said, LOL, yes, subtle queen. Someone said, I know who needs to hear this. It just goes on and on and on. A lot of people they're guessing several different people underneath there. So anyway, I thought that was interesting, you know, that tweet. Who do you think that Trisha is talking about in that tweet? Do you think they're talking about Gabby Hanna? I don't know. If Trisha is talking about Gabby, what's interesting to me about that is that Trisha just came out in the video and asked for Gabby to leave them alone. So then to come out and tweet something like this is like reigniting the fire again. It's like, just leave it alone. Just, you know, let's just leave it alone. I don't think any of us need to poke the bear that is Gabby Hanna. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is the sip with Rylan Adams and his friend Lizzie. Now, it's interesting because a lot of people are noticing that there is tension between Rylan Adams and Lizzie. Now, I will tell you, I don't typically watch the sip. Personally, this is just me, okay? If you're somebody out there that likes Rylan Adams, go watch him. I think that's totally fine. We watch who we like, right? I don't find the podcast to be interesting. And I'll tell you for a couple reasons, okay? For me, it was supposed to start off as this entertainment podcast, which is now just this podcast of them talking about their lives and themselves and whatever, which is totally fine. And I know that a lot of people really enjoy that. I'm just not one of those people, okay? And so it kind of turned into that. And I actually think that, I mean, he's not really getting any views whatsoever. The latest podcast has been out for 2 days now, and it has 64,000 views on YouTube, which is not a lot of views for a podcast, period, but for a podcast from Rylan Adams, who's the fiance of Shane Dawson. And what's interesting to me about that is that, you know, so many people, I think, are still in love with Shane. I think there's a lot of people out there that don't like Shane and are done with him. But I think Shane still has quite a huge following out there. But none of these people are that interested in watching The Sip with Rylan Adams and his friend. If you go watch Rylan Adams' videos, or if you go watch Rylan Adams on his newest vlog channel. Now, his original channel, Rylan Adams, which he won Vlogger of the Year for. He then started a new vlogging channel, which is called Rylan Vlogs, okay? On his old channel, Rylan Adams, he still gets good views over there. I think his last video from like a month ago has like 600 and some thousand views on it, so really good amount of views, right? His Rylan Vlogs videos, they do rather well as well. I think it had 134,000 views or something like that, the last one. I think people are still watching to see if Shane is going to be part of that. But when you think about the following that, and in all honesty, what does Rylan Adams have as far as, I have the set pulled up. What does he have as far as how many subscribers on his Rylan Vlogs channel? I mean, I will say he is, in all fairness, hold on a second, Rylan Vlogs, he currently has 115,000 subscribers on it, okay? And his last video got 167,000 views. So he's getting more than 100% viewership on his videos. And then his last one before that was Beach Weekend Hotel and Furniture Shopping at Target, had 230,000, double the amount of subscribers that he has. But they're not subscribing to his channel, which that's interesting to me. You don't usually see that on YouTube, you know? On YouTube, you usually see if somebody has, let's say, 1 million subscribers, they're usually getting between 10 and 30% of that as viewership. So it's like the people are coming to watch the videos, but they're not staying. Is that because they're wanting to watch and see if Shane Dawson's going to be in the video or not? Now, I will tell you, I watched about a third of the Beach Weekend Hotel and Furniture Shopping at Target. Shane is filming the video. He's behind the scenes. I don't know if he shows himself in the video. I didn't watch the whole video or not because I'm just not interested in it. It was fine. If you like Rylan Adams and you like Shane, you know, you would enjoy the video. It's like them going to this hotel on the beach and whatever. It's a nice hotel room and all this kind of stuff and him showing the hotel room around. I mean, but you would have to be invested in them to want to watch that, right? What I don't understand is why, unless people are like really just watching for the Shane content, is why people are watching but they're not subscribing. I mean, I think it's really rather interesting. Then when you go to The Sip, so you have to consider this, okay? You have Rylan Adams over here who just has his channel. Where is it at? Rylan Adams. Let me just see his channel. Okay, 4 million subscribers on that. He's getting, I think his last video got 600 and some thousand views on it. 656,000 views, the one before that 1 million, the one before that 2 million, and he's not posting very often. 1 month ago, 3 months ago, 5 months ago, 7 months ago, okay? But he has anywhere on there from 656,000 views to 2 million views. I'm only being fair on this, okay? That's a lot of views on a $4 million, on a 4 million subscriber channel. He's getting about 50% viewership. I don't get 50% viewership on my channels. That's a lot of people that are watching his channels, you know? That's good for any YouTuber out there. So Rylan's still pulling views on that channel. On his Rylan Vlogs channel, I just showed you, he's getting twice as many views of subscribers that he has. When you go over to The Sip, it's a completely different story, you guys. Hold on a second, because I don't want to get out of this comment. When you go over to The Sip, he has 166,000 views, and he's getting like a third of that, okay? Or a fourth of that. That's interesting to me. And we know that Shane isn't going to be on The Sip because he really typically isn't ever, except for you can hear him laughing in the background at inappropriate jokes and things like that. So it's interesting to me that that's the one channel that's not getting it, and that's the one channel that doesn't have a possibility, really, that we are aware of Shane being there on the couch. So it almost kind of seems like people are watching just to see. I mean, I'm sure Rylan has his own group of fans out there. I'm sure he does, okay? That's not fair to say he doesn't. But in watching it, it almost seems like people are only watching the videos or the content where they think that they're going to get a chance to see Shane, if that's the case. Which then you wonder if that's the truth. Then if Shane comes back on video and they're already watching him, is he going to only pull 200,000 to 300,000 views a video? Because that's what Rylan's pulling on his channel. I mean, it's interesting, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so a lot of people are saying that this whole Lizzie and Rylan thing is cringy, and that the last couple episodes have been really cringy. Now, I went in and looked, and I did find several videos. I actually saw from Dennis on Deaf Noodles had posted it originally, that people were calling it out. I went in here and I found a lot of comments. Somebody said, I'm feeling high-key tension the whole time between them. 49 likes, and I had a lot of comments on it. Someone said, I felt this too. Someone said, yes, same. Someone said, very hard to watch or listen to. Low-key triggering, the yelling, dysfunction, goes on and on. Been that way for a few episodes now. I just commented the same thing, can't watch it. Someone time-stamped it and said, made me cringe. Someone said, I noticed that too. Over the last 2 to 3 episodes, actually, I hope it's just growing pains. I mean, growing pains, they've been doing this for a while now, you know. Someone said, and then they go in here and talk about, like, specific things that came up. If you go into the newer comments, I don't know if they're deleting comments, but I don't think they are, because a lot of those comments are in the beginning of it. When you go into the end of the newer comments, there's a lot more comments that are kind of like this about the cringeworthiness of it. Hold on a second. Someone said, a lot of people are like commending Lizzie for standing up for herself. I will tell you at the very end of this video, right before they sign off, and like I said, I didn't watch the whole podcast. Did I say that already? I didn't watch the whole podcast. I skimmed through it. I will tell you this, it's interesting to me, and maybe I missed this part, but if I missed it, you guys, like I literally skimmed every minute of this video and watched some of it. The interview is, or the podcast is called Interviewing a Huge Celebrity and Exposing Our DMs. And I don't know who they interviewed in there. There's like a picture in the thumbnail of some, you can't see who it is, but there's no celebrity on the podcast. So I don't know if they did it on the air and I missed that, but I don't think so. I don't think so. So is it a clickbait title? Maybe I'm wrong. Do they interview a celebrity? Do they talk about interviewing a celebrity? I didn't watch enough of that to know. I did watch enough of it to know that every single time I like started pushing play, that they literally use the F word and the C word like tons. And I don't, you know, I'm somebody that used to cuss a lot. And I was actually talking about this on my vlog recently, that a friend of mine had commented to me and said, you used to swear a lot and you don't anymore, you know? And what I realized was it really distracts from what you're wanting to say. It takes away from what you want people to hear. And I remember years ago, my mom said to me, when you use a lot of cuss words, people stop hearing what you're saying and they only hear how you're saying it. And I think there's a lot of truth in that, you know? And so I don't know their need to use, are they that edgy and it's just like, let's flow this there. But, you know, I cussed on my videos back in the day, and I really work hard to not cuss in my videos today, you know, which is why I make the joke about being family friendly and stuff like that, you know? I just think, like, I think it takes away from what you want you really want people to hear you. And I think if Rylan and Lizzie want people to take them seriously, maybe not throwing, and this is just my 2 cents on it, okay? I know there's a lot of podcasters out there that cuss. This is just me. I don't listen to a lot of that. I don't enjoy it, okay? I stopped kind of like, to me, it's kind of like, it almost comes across as like you're trying too hard to be real edgy. That's just my 2 cents. The very end of the podcast, I did watch this. It's a couple-minute interchange. And Lizzie says, it's very uncomfortable to watch, okay? And then he said something about, well, I guess we'll be back next week, or we'll be back again unless Lizzie continues to be rude to her. It's so awkward in this moment. It's like, what is really going on? And she kind of stands her ground and calls him out. And, you know, I think it's interesting. A lot of people were like, he doesn't treat her like a co-host on the show. I used to say back in the day when you would look at the thumbnails, that it was like Ryland up here and like Lizzie way back here. I don't know that that was ever Ryland's plan. I think Ryland's plan all along was to have a podcast where he was the main host and he had a co-host with him. I could be wrong, okay? But that was what I think the main idea was of the show. And when it came on, he presented it in a different way, which is why when people started calling him out about the thumbnails, all of a sudden, Lizzie was front and center, okay? But I think he still has that in his head. You can't tell me that Shane Dawson and Ryland Adams aren't egomaniacs. You just can't, okay? So to have a show in your little house and studio on your property that Lizzie comes to and she's sitting next to you and people are in the comments singing her praises, backing her up, you know? I mean, because she said something in there about like, yeah, I love the people that love me or something like that. You can tell it bothers him, you know? That they have different fandoms within their own show. Like, well, welcome to the world of YouTube. You know, that's kind of how it is. And you can tell it kind of bothers him a little bit. And it's like, I don't know, that's the part of me a little bit that sees like Ryland, they have a hard time taking criticism, you know? I'm not just talking about Lizzie, I'm talking about Ryland. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But if you go over here and you read a lot of these comments, you'll see it. Someone said, yes, Lizzie, we stand a real ASSB. Someone says, where is it? I had a bunch of these comments pulled up. What's with the tension between these two? Someone said, Now, see, somebody said, honestly, my favorite podcast. Somebody else in here said, oh, Lizzie is the huge celebrity. It took me 35 minutes in to realize that. How disappointing. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. And then people go on here, and I mean, a lot of people are saying likes for Lizzie, likes for Lizzie. People are like saying, anyway, it's just very interesting. It's very interesting. So you should go in there and check it out and let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right. The next thing I wanted to talk about, was this whole situation with Jeffree Star and these $10 for single eyeshadows somebody put up on the Beauty Guru Reddit. He has lost his mind is what they put. So I don't know if this is, I think this is on Jeffree Star. No, it's on just Jeffree Star's Instagram. So let me pull up Jeffree Star's Instagram really quick, and we will go in here and we will read what he has to say. Here they are. I will put the picture up for you right here. And it says, hold on. The wait is finally over. Introducing the first ever Jeffree Star Cosmetics single eyeshadows, launching this Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This month we are starting off with 20 shades from a few of our iconic palettes, and we will be releasing more every few months all year long. Retail price $9.99. And yes, we are working on different sizes of magnetic cases to build your own palette, launching this summer. Okay? Now, apparently the comments underneath here, of which I don't see, he has the comments turned off. Oh, that can't be. Hold on a second. It is pouring down rain outside. Did you hear that? I really do feel like I'm talking to you and we're just sitting here. I'm seeing the comments turned off on this. That's interesting. Why? I'm not seeing any comments on this. The comments from his videos the day before are up, and the comments from the post for 2 hours ago, which is him standing by his cars, the comments are there. The comments on this are not there. Hashtag Jeffree Star Cosmetics, hashtag eyeshadow, no comments. Comments turned off. That is very interesting to me. They turned those comments off. So this is what a lot of people had to say. Okay. I don't know why, but something about the packaging makes me want to eat them. People are saying, they go in and talk about that, saying it looks like a starburst. Somebody said, seems like a good way to liquidate already made product without splurging or packaging. Someone said, already made product that wasn't selling. LOL, such a clown. I will tell you, if you go in and you read the Reddit thread, there's a lot of positive comments about him as well. Someone said, I have seen people commenting on wanting it though. Back when I still watched his announcement videos, comments would often say that there was 1 or 2 unique shades they wanted, but that they weren't willing to buy a whole palette for it, so I'm surprised he hasn't done it before now. Also, his palettes are bulky as AF. If I ever had wanted to try his products, I would definitely prefer to buy singles. Well, the thing is this, is that I think if you want to try all the colors, you would want a palette, right? But I have to say, for Jeffree Star Cosmetic lovers, that I do know people, you know, in the past that loved his cosmetics, and, you know, like they would say, but I only use like 2 or 3 of the colors, because actually a lot of the colors in the palette are colors that I wouldn't normally use. So if that would be the case, not just for Jeffree Star Cosmetics, but for any brand, if you could go in and buy a single eyeshadow, that would seem to make a lot of sense financially, I would think, right? But, you know, when you think about $49 for a palette and $10 for a single eyeshadow, to me, isn't that, I mean, $5, you're getting five single eyeshadows for the price of a palette? It would almost make more sense cost effectively to go in and buy the whole palette, I would think, right? But maybe I'm wrong. Someone said I'm not giving him any more money. Someone said, I figured there would be people who would, okay, wait. I get that she's talking about selling them on here. They charge, okay. There's always going to be people supporting him. I think I couldn't help myself from clicking on the video when he released the mini blood sugar or whatever it's called, because I saw the thumbnail in my recommend and I could have sworn, okay. You wouldn't believe the comments. There were people saying they'd always support him and always buy whatever he put out no matter what it was and how canceled he was. I really didn't think there weren't anyone who weren't at least skeptical left, but apparently there's always going to be people who don't care. Someone said, we saw in the documentary how his palettes are made with the quick pickings and gluing of the shades. It's so obvious that he's just selling these off because his sales are down, but rather than admit that, he's trying to pretend this is an idea for customers' benefit. The only benefit is no bulky packaging, and if you only like 1 or 2 shades in a palette, then you don't have to splurge. Okay, so that's one person's opinion. Someone said exactly what I was thinking. He is a greedy, okay, selling $10 a piece. Disgusting money grab is what they're calling him. Someone said $200 for a palette without the component, F out of here. And someone said, I didn't even think of it that way. And someone said, right, this is supposed to be $200 worth of product and you would still have to find a way to hold it. That pricing is way over the top of his prior launches. What would suddenly put the same shadows from the same brand in an entirely new price range? If Urban Decay launched a naked palette for $125 tomorrow, they would be roasted to a crisp. And then people are like, well, what are you supposed to do with these? Because you don't even have the magnetic holders to hold them in. Why would they release the single eyeshadow palettes or the single eyeshadow pans before they release the magnetic holders? Why they didn't understand that. A lot of people are saying that in here. Okay, someone said, I just think the more wild that he did this all, but they announced the magnetic palettes wouldn't be coming till summer, LMFAO. I mean, yeah, you can use another one, obviously, but from a marketing standpoint, it just doesn't make any sense. Someone said, perhaps he is not the business genius everyone has said he was. Sure, let me buy a single with no lid and keep it in the cardboard envelope it came in. Someone said, okay, I'm very anti Jeffree Star, but I cackled at his comment because that's what I do, LOL. I don't like magnetic pans and prefer the individual shade in the cardboard sleeve tucked into my case. So there's people saying that they would do that. And then there was a lot of people in here saying that underneath his post, which now the post is turned off. Said, y'all, the comments under his IG post are calling the $10 single eyeshadow launch revolutionary. And someone said, how is it revolutionary anyway? Do these people live under a rock? Someone said, I mean it is. Unabashed yet confident that his minions will eat it up. Single shadows from his iconic palettes that are worth $2 to $4.5 individually suddenly become $10. Same grams even without a component. And then people are going back in here discussing this. So anyway, interesting. Somebody in here said, I remember paying $16.50 for a single electric blue MAC eyeshadow because it looked like what Kat Von D was wearing in a photo. Oh, how the world has changed in the last 14 years. And then they're going in there talking about that. They know which one that she's talking about. So someone said, I mean, for comparison, MAC basic single refills are $8. And then Urban Decay, $20, Morphe, $3.50, ColourPop, $4.50, ABH, $12, NARS, $19, O for $12, etc. So I feel like it's not that far off. Seeing how much the quality differs between the brands I happen to mention here. Edit to add. I totally agree with the it's not the price, it's him argument. Sorry if my comment came off that way. Came off not that way. I was just singularly trying to point out the price point. So there's a lot of people that feel differently about it, you know, and I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I think for people that are lovers of Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Jeffree Star's makeup, you know, maybe it's something that they've been looking for. I don't know. But then there's a lot of people that are not going to support his makeup anymore, like this one right here. And I used to buy his makeup and doing them in giveaways and his lip scrubs and stuff like that, and I don't. So, I mean, I guess it's a decision that you have to make on your own. So let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys. I hope you're having an amazing day, a magical day, a fantastically magical, amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.